If you have gone to the grocery store lately and seen what I have seen, which is completely empty shelves, pasta and rice and some other random things like ramen, you might be thinking, I should really have some supplies at my house for an emergency, like when you go to the store and there isn't anything. In today's video, I'm going to kind of show you what I have, what I've been working on personally, and some ideas of things you can pick up to create a long-term food storage solution in your house. I was raised my entire life by always having extra food in the house. My grandparents were Depression era people and they always kept a nice little stockpile of items just in case. So that's what my parents did, and then it just seemed normal to me. I didn't realize it wasn't normal until March, April of 2020. I think over the last 2 years, it's become more important to more people to keep some excess food on hand just in case. And then of course, anyone that lives in like hurricane areas, you're used to doing that, right? So let me kind of show you my most recent haul. I have decided to spend a little bit of money every month in 2022 to make sure that I have some gaps filled in. And we are in my basement. This is my secret food room, but it's not a secret because I just told you it's in my basement. You know, this rack is the main rack. I have another one over here that I'll show you just a second. The things that I purchased this month, this is not necessarily what you need to purchase. It's just for me, this is what I selected. I went ahead and got a ton of canned fruit. It's all right here. 12 cans of pear halves in pear juice. Now for a family of 6, 12 cans of pear halves is not very much, but like I said, I'm slowly putting this together. I'm not recommending you go out and purchase this amount of food today from one store all at once. Not only is it not cost effective, but then you're clearing the shelves so other people can't get it as well. You should do this systematically and slowly. So this is just like my beginning stages. I also have some peaches here, canned peaches in juice. I did get a lot of milk products. I really like these large bags of instant non-fat dry milk. They last a really long time. They're great for baking. They're great in a pinch if you can't get milk. You know, if you've ever been like, oh, I need milk for tomorrow morning, but I don't want to go to the store. It's just really nice to have on hand. And I've found that if you mix it up in advance and keep it in the fridge, it's a lot more palatable. But again, if there are no other options, I find it's a lot easier to do. I use this in all kinds of stuff, in bread, in rolls, in some of my granola bar, protein bar baking things. So I got 2 of these. I also picked up 12 cans of evaporated milk. I do actually use these quite a bit in cooking, mostly for mashed potatoes and potato soup, which we eat often. And then again, just like the powdered milk, this is a great substitute for just regular milk if you don't happen to have the fresh stuff, and it lasts a lot longer than whatever's in your fridge. One more thing I picked up this month is pancake syrup. I know that sounds so weird. I've been trying to buy the maple syrup, the fresh maple syrup. Not only is it very expensive, my family actually doesn't like it very much. They prefer this one. I know it's completely fake products that's put together in a lab. It's what my family likes. So I went ahead and got these. And the reason I got the smaller ones instead of the bigger jugs is because the smaller ones were actually cheaper per ounce than the large one. And you wouldn't think that would be the case, but that was the case. Okay, down here, oh, you can't see that. Come with me. Down here in this area is where I have the bulk of the stuff I got today. 24 cans of assorted green beans, French style and then regular cut. I have 12 cans of sweet corn, a bunch of green chilies, and an assortment of canned beans right here. I have pinto, Great Northern, cannellini, and black beans. Now, dried beans are also a great thing to keep on hand, and it is something that I have. But if you don't have clean water or electricity, a way to cook these items, the canned variations are so helpful because it's really just pop the top off. You've got food that you don't have to cook, that you don't have to rehydrate with water, and it's ready to go. And when it comes to putting together your food storage, you should absolutely just get things that your family eats. So for example, people frequently talk about getting flour and yeast, and I have those things, but if you don't bake and don't plan on it, or if you're gluten-free, that doesn't make any sense for your family. In that case, I would not recommend it. For our family, we eat beans and green beans and canned peaches regularly enough to focus on those and pick those up. So for you, the easiest way to figure out how to do this is to pick one meal that you like. Let's say it's shepherd's pie. So what do you need for the shepherd's pie? Do you need like canned corn, canned green beans, instant potatoes? Do you need like a canned milk to put that together? Think about the items that you need to put that meal together and then multiply it times 4. So you're gonna purchase the items to make 4 shepherd's pies, okay? Now we're getting somewhere. I always say the easiest one to do is pasta and sauce. It is so easy. In fact, let me show you mine. My pastas and sauces are right here on this shelf. My pasta is here, and I do have some home canned tomato sauce along with some canned pasta sauce. Now, we don't actually eat a lot of pasta, so I feel like this is plenty. This would give us a spaghetti-like dinner for 10 weeks if we had it once a week for 10 weeks, right? I definitely use the canned or jarred tomato sauces or tomatoes much more often to make things like chili and tacos and other things. This does not have to be expensive. The pasta sauce, I waited until this pasta sauce was on sale. If you can remember, if you're a frequent viewer of my channel, what did I buy this for? Was it 99 cents or $1.49 a jar? Either way, I thought it was pretty good, so I picked up 5 when they were on sale. I do not pay full price for these things. I wait until there's a sale, and that's when I buy them. And again, I'm not buying 20, I bought 5, which for my family of 6, I feel like is relatively okay. Now, if you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, I suggest you do it now before I show you everything that I have right here. And if you want some tips on non-food items to stock up on, I made a whole video on that. I will leave it down in the doobly-doo. Keep in mind, I have been putting together this amount of food for my family of 6 for the last 8 years. So this is definitely not something I have done recently, and currently I'm sort of going through and making sure I am using the things that are older as I bring in some new items. Over here I don't have very much food. It's mostly cleaning products and trash bags and things like that. This black shelf is much less sturdy. I picked this up for like $30 from Target. These wire ones, however, are very sturdy. Each of these wire shelves, I have 3 over here, can hold 600 pounds per shelf. Like, this is heavy duty, and I have had these for over 10 years. Sweeteners like honey and maple syrup and pancake syrup, flour, salt. This is absolutely one you should be getting. If you do not have salt in your food storage, please go buy salt. That's your job for this month. Get a bunch of these. I think I have 10 of these. Get whatever salt you prefer. This one's very cheap, like 50 cents. I have my milks right here and here. Canned fruits here. A whole bunch of rolled oats. I don't want to talk about it. I have some oils, and I did stock up on some instant yeast. I have these vacuum sealed 1-pound containers. These last for ever because they're vacuum sealed. And then if you want to extend the shelf life, stick them in the freezer. I am telling you, they will last for years and years and years. I have, I think, 4 of these. Canned beans and canned vegetables. And then I have like jar storage here. Let's move over. In case you're wondering, this is my mechanical room. It's quite large. I have a water softener like here. My water heater's over there. My HVAC is way over on that side. This shelf behind me is mostly kitchen stuff that's non-food. Condiments and peanut butter. Peanut butter is a great one to stock up on. I usually buy them, this kind, when they're about 97 cents each. This is the 1-pound. Guy, I've seen this price at like your typical Kroger store all the time. I did see it recently. But I'd say anything from $1.50 each to under is great. Home canned jams here, dried beans, dried rice, right there, and some pickles. Let's talk expiration dates, because as you're getting all of these things here in your house, you do want to pay attention to expiration dates. And there are some things that last years and years and years and years, and they are basically anything that's dry. I know that sounds dumb. Salt, wheat, rice, flour, usually your white flours. Whole wheat flour can go rancid because there's oils in it. If you're worried about bugs, stick everything in your freezer for a couple of days to kill any bug eggs that may happen to be in the products. Canned goods last a very, very long time. Those Best By dates on the cans are actually just the store and manufacturers, like, I'm not in charge if something happens if you eat it past this date. It's not necessarily bad at that time. So in fact, USDA's website states that most shelf-stable foods are safe indefinitely. They are safe indefinitely. Maybe they don't taste the best, but they are safe. And canned goods last for years and years, long past the best if sold by date or best if used by date. They are totally safe as long as the can itself is in good condition. No rust, no swelling, that kind of thing. Packaged foods like cereal, pasta, and cookies, things like that, will be safe past the best by date, although they might eventually taste stale or develop a flavor that's slightly different. Perhaps the nutrient profile is slightly different, but they are safe to eat. So how long are foods good after the expiration date? If the date on the food passes during home storage, much like I have here, the product should still be safe and wholesome if handled properly until spoilage is evident. So unless you actually see spoilage in the food, it is safe to eat. Last thing is, where should you start? And we've kind of talked about that throughout this video, but if you are just beginning, just barely beginning, pick a few simple items. Things I love to start with are some basic breakfast foods like hot cereal kind of stuff. So we're talking oatmeal, grits, cream of wheat, cream of rice, those types of things, because they store for a really, really long time, like 10 plus, 15 plus years. Some beans of some kind. Unless you hate beans, then don't do beans. They're a great balance nutritionally between like carbs, fiber, and protein. The dried ones last like forever, and then the canned ones also last for a very long time. Rice is great. Any of your grains are gonna last a very, very long time, and some flavorings of some kind, like salt, so you can make sure that your food tastes good. Also a sweetener of some kind. Sugar is fabulous. Honey is amazing. I would recommend honey to basically everybody because it literally lasts forever. And then everything else that you fill in with, that's pretty much at your discretion. Good luck on your home storage journeys. Let's take this month to just get started on some basics, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.